Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will present the material that I chose as a part of the cross-cultural understanding project in the form of a learning videos. So the material that I chose is about communication skills, and then let's get started. Here's the table of contents that we will discuss and study. We learned earlier about the 4 steps, or we can call it a learning cycles, to the process of analyzing and learning from a misunderstanding. The first steps include participations, descriptions, analysis, and response. The participations is involvement in cross-cultural communications, and descriptions is writing about your cultural experience. Analysis is researching cultural differences, and the last is responses. It's deciding how to act next time. The example of participating is you're having a conversation with your friend about weekend plans. So both of you share your ideas about what to do and listen to each other's preference. This is by actively participating in the conversations. You ensure that you are fully engaged and understand each other's viewpoints. For the descriptions, we can give example. After the conversations, you realize there was a misunderstanding about the meeting time. You describe the situation to your friends. I thought we agreed to meet at 2 p.m., but it seems you understood that we would meet at 4 p.m. So, objectively describing the situations helps identify the exact point of confusion, or without assigning blame or emotions. The last one is response. We give the example. You respond by suggesting a clearer approach for future plans. You say, next time, let's make sure we specify the exact time to avoid confusion. For now, can we agree to meet at 3 p.m.? So, addressing the issue and providing a solution helps prevent similar misunderstanding in the future and ensures that both parties are clear about the plans. So, by following these 4 steps, individuals can learn from misunderstandings, improve their communication skills, and foster better relationships. These processes encourage active listening, empathy, and critical thinking, all of which are essential components of effective communication. The 4th step of the learning cycle is to determine how you will act or respond in similar situations in the future. This process involves cross-cultural understanding and the ability to navigate cultural differences through awareness, preparation, and practicing appropriate responses. Next is general skills. There are 4 general skills that can be used all the time when communicating in a language and culture different from your own. There are be flexible. This is being open-minded and adaptable to different ways of communication, including language usage, gesture, and cultural concepts. Next, it's observe. This is actively watching and studying how people from the target culture communicate. And then there are don't judge too quickly. This emphasizes the importance of without holding judgment and being open-minded when encountering behaviors or actions that might seem unfamiliar or unusual. And the last one is don't stereotype. Stereotyping, it involves applying simplistic and often inaccurate generalizations to entire groups of people based on shared characteristics. Okay, still about skills, but this is a specific skills. There are 4 different ways you can respond to a misunderstanding. Then you will not always use the same one when trying to communicate more clearly. Different situations will require different responses. There are ignore. This skill involves choosing to disregard a gesture or vocabulary item that is either offensive. Individuals may options to ignore such instances when they occur in order to avoid misunderstanding or discomfort. The next is repeat. When we face with confusion or uncertainty about a word or phrase, we can repeat the unclear term and ask the speaker to clarify. This technique helps to confirm an intended meaning and promotes clear communication. The third is clarify. This is asking for clarification, involves restating the confusing word or sentence using different words in order to verify understanding. So by seeking clarifications in this manner, individuals can ensure that they accurately comprehend the intended message. And the last one is explain. In situations where there is a misunderstanding, we can explain why we are confused about and why. This approach helps to address any misconceptions and facilitates mutual understanding between communicators. Okay, now let's practicing your skill. The context is in the classroom and the lecturer asks you, "Can you hand me that theme gummy, will you please?" This is a vocabulary problem. Then what will you do? Okay, by this time we can use our question skills. It's like we questioning the lecturer. We can ask him like, "Sorry sir, what do you mean about a gummy?" Okay, these skills it's help us to understand what the lecturer means so that the lecturer can explain what is meant by gummy. Okay, the next materials we talk about Greece conversations maxims. So the all conversations is organized by unspoken rules or maxims. The Greeks discovered 4 unspoken rules speakers normally use for English. They are quantity, manner, relevance, and quality. Quantity is say as much as you need and no more. The example is, if someone asks you, "Have you ever been to Bali?" A short answer is expected rather than a long description of every tip you have had there. And next is manner. This is give information clearly. The example is, if someone asks you to describe your day, it is expected that you will give information in a logical order, such as starting from the morning until the evening. And next is relevance. This is give relevant informations. The example is, if someone asks you a question, you are expected to reply with a relevant answer rather than just saying anything you are thinking about. Okay, the last one is quality. This is tell the truth and avoid being rude. We can take the example, if someone asks you a question, you're expected to reply truthfully and politely. If you do not feel comfortable answering the question, you don't need to lie. You can say, "I'd rather not to say." So we move to the last material. It's about hidden cultural assumptions. There is a context. 2 people are at home and there is a knock at the door. Someone's knocking on the door. "Could you go and see who it is, please?" "I can go because I'm washing the dishes." And the response of B is, "I'm not dressed." The conversations above also include unspoken assumptions or norms and values. In some English-speaking cultures, it is unusual to open the door and invite people into your home if you are in your pajamas. You would call out, "Hang on a minute," and very quickly put on some clothes. That's all the explanations from me. Hopefully it can be understood as well. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.